Stuck on a branch of your family tree? Our next guest can help you. Theresa McVean is a genealogist and co-founder of Ancestree Detectives. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I understand that you started your company with a friend to kind of bridge a gap between the big companies that do a lot of ancestry work and then people who are like, okay, I've got help from them, but I need more help, very specific help.
That's right. So a lot of people right now are using big websites like Ancestry.com and MyHeritage and places like that. These are people who might have gone to the library, 20 years ago, and they do very well in there, and sometimes run into a roadblock. We call them brick walls, and so we just got to thinking it would be nice if they could get just a little bit of help to get them on their way. And then there are some people, some families who don't really have the time to do it, but a lot of interest. And that's especially true right now during COVID.
And I like that during COVID, you're also having a lot of families look back to see, well, how did their relatives deal with the 1918 pandemic?
Yes, that's right. So you can learn a lot, and people are identifying a lot more with their ancestors. And so the stories we were told by our grandparents really resonate with us right now. And you can gain a lot of resilience and even reduce anxiety in adults and in children. So this is a good activity for whole families to do while they're inside this winter.
And a great way too for children to know like where they came from, but where they're going as well, right?
Yes, that's right. You can see that your ancestors went through some very hard times and then, made it. So you knew that grandfather. You know those people who lived through that, and they ended up just fine.
Right, right. I like as well that your team is very, very diverse because I can imagine with all kinds of cultures, there are many, many different ways of tracing the family tree back.
Yes, that's right. We really aimed for diversity because if you live in Hamilton, your ancestors came from far and wide, and you'd be surprised how much they moved even just around North America. And so we have people who specialize in, different types of genealogy, people who live near Hamilton but have been, 13 times studying in Scotland, Ireland, people in the southern United States who specialize in slave history. In California, we have a medical doctor who's also a genealogist who can really help with LGBTQ family trees because it's kind of hard to figure out, and we probably all have someone on our tree at some point.
Right.
He
I
can help
actually
with.
saw something like that on your website because in many ways, you look for clues in obituaries that somebody was a treasured friend or a lifelong friend. That's kind of clues into that. It's
Yeah,
fascinating.
yeah. Or just, you read in diaries, he never married or things like that, and you wonder why, and it'll jump right out at you when you know.
Right, right. Any big surprises with you personally when you were going through helping somebody along? Anything that was just like, wow, this is amazing?
Oh yeah, that I I think it happens in every single family tree. The aha moment when the lights all come on. Sometimes it's even after I provide the tree. But one recent family tree was I gave the client this idea. We could look for living cousins, and he found 14 living cousins that he didn't even know he had, and we all got on a Zoom call together. It was really spectacular, especially this year.
Right.
So
Oh, that
his
is cool.
question was, I don't know anything about my mother's tree, and that's what happened.
Right. Okay, so we'll get a link up to how people could get in touch with you and your fellow detectives as well. Theresa, great to talk to you this morning.
You too, Annette. Have a great day.
You too.